and she thinks she has a pretty good handle of it.
No one can be explained what the dawn is. You have to experience it for yourself.
I have to position myself to get a good view of the look of horror upon her face when the dealer room doors open.
Actually, we've already discussed that. She is going to sleep in, since she works during the week at the schools. Saturday morning, she's going to sleep in a little late anyway. That way, I told her I would probably be getting down to the dealer room about 7 o'clock to get in line. She kind of looked at me like this, and it's like, I'm going to guess you're going to be in the bed. Yeah, I'm sleeping in. So,
I can't tell you how many botcons
she doesn't want to stand there for 2 hours with the rest of us waiting in line for the.
Well, like she's not going to be standing much at all.
Are you guys didn't get the $100 ticket? I could skip lines.
I was.
It's not that important to me. I can't think of anything that I want.
I want to spend like 5 minutes in there. I just want to get in and out. So,
are you going to get Senator Ratbat?
No.
Is that who?
No.
Wow.
It's a nice looking recolor, but like I certainly don't feel any need for it either.
That's like all of the exclusives I've seen look really nice, but do absolutely nothing for me personally.
Mirage.
What about the Sphinx? Nice G2 colors, G2 unproduced colors.
If anything, that one, but
now the bulkhead they revealed today, that's definitely on the no list. Like that's not my bulkhead. Too many guns.
It's a nice bulkhead, but I can understand it not being right for a lot of people.
I was really hoping the G2 Dead End from X-Transbots would be one of the exclusives.
Oh, it might be. It might be there, and they just didn't. They're not announcing it, just like they did with the other ones.
Yeah, I have a safety pre-order for it, just in case. But.
You got a pre-order for that? Who's pre-ordering those?
A lot of people have that up. I have mine through BBTS, I think, right now.
I'm gonna
really
call you right back. I'm having some issues, so.
Screw him. That's his fault. Yeah.
These are Kilby problems.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, your background's blurred again.
I'll fix it.
I know, sometimes you just don't think of it quickly.
So, Matt, what
Not my
time are
priority.
you planning on getting there tomorrow?
I mean, I'm probably going to leave here around noon. It's like a 2.5 hour drive for me, so I'll probably be there in time for the, reservations don't open up until like 3 o'clock, so.
Gotcha.
So
the rooms aren't ready till 3 o'clock, you mean, right?
Yeah, check-in. Check-in isn't
okay.
till 3
Yeah, because I didn't
so.
pack. I figured I'll do that tomorrow morning and
Oh, yeah.
then just jump in the
I'm
car.
leaving at 6 a.m.
I'll
better
still
hurry
be
up.
I'll still be in bed.
What time will you get there if you leave at 6?
Considering I just got to stop frequently, probably about 3.
Oh, okay. All right. That's fine.
Yeah, I'll probably be there somewhere right around check-in time. Like I may have to sit in the lobby for, a half hour or so, but
Yeah, I think it's a
I'll be there
3-hour
early.
drive for me, so I think I'll leave about. I think I'll leave like 11:30 or something. That should put me there about 2:30. Oh, and this couldn't come at a better time. I need a break. This new job is just so many more hours and been so busy.
God, Don looks tired.
Yeah.
No, I've
Don
got.
looks how
Or
I
drunk.
feel.
Well,
Your
no,
friend's
I've,
drunk. He's going to have to go.
no, I've got swirly pages not loading, mouse pointers vanishing.
Did you uninstall McAfee?
I was
No.
gonna say that.
It might be time to think about getting a new computer, though, Don. That one you have.
Don paid for McAfee. It's going to screw with his computer, by God, and he's going to let it until he's no longer subscribing to it.
No, but Don, you bought that computer 3-4 years ago, didn't you?
Right after Mom's laptop, it's whenever Brian suggested this Acer model that had good reviews.
It should have been
So
that for
Br-
Don. It's probably got the McAfee on it. It's probably the problem.
No, it's
What
just,
processor does it have, Don?
I don't know.
Probably a Xeon or something.
Hang on.
Don's like me; he doesn't know computers.
I can
I'd
tell
be
you.
like,
I know what
Does
it
it
is.
say i3, i5, or i7?
No.
I don't know what
Of
it's.
course
I
it
don't know.
doesn't.
It says I don't know.
It
I'll
says
tell you.
Windows 98.
He wishes.
Hell of a lot more stable than this damn thing.
Well, usually there's a sticker on it that says what processor it has in
Well,
it.
isn't this an all-in-one? If they put a
It is
sticker
an
on it, it'd be
all-in-one.
covered.
Yeah, it's Intel, but I don't know anything other than that because it's the one where everything's
at
in the
Walmart, right?
monitor.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay, so 2012.
Is that how long
it
you've had
might have been 2013 because I had Mom's laptop for a while.
September
After she
2012
passed
is when we
away.
exchanged some emails.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so yeah, I think Don, I think it's time you start like at least putting a little money aside every paycheck for maybe a new computer.
Or just leave it on the table and you can collect it there.
Leave the money laying on the table.
Yes.
No,
I
Don
know
can't
how
do that.
Don likes money left on the table. So
That's not the way that works.
Michael Pytel suggests the Intel potato chip processor.
That one works well.
By the way, Brian, good job with that thumbnail.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure if I should feel bad for Triplet or insulted for me.
I mean, por qué no los dos, Don?
I mean, when you tweeted that out, I wanted to respond because you said there were no ill effects. But if you look, Triplet's hand is actually fading away in that picture.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, and he started the diecast. That's a
Okay,
fake worse than
Don.
death.
It was 2016. That can't be right. It's been since before 2016 when you bought this.
No,
Yeah, it had to have been.
Well, no. I had Mom's laptop for quite a while. I just don't remember how long I had it before it bricked itself.
January 2016. You're talking about buying a desktop. My response: if it's working, fine. That's great. It's not as old as I was thinking it was, but it's still old. But if that's all you need, awesome. That was my email back to you.
Yeah, so I mean, Don, at this point, maybe you should find a computer that was manufactured in 2015, 2016 to upgrade to.
At least go for an i5, Don.
Don can get anything. I mean, he can get a Core M or whatever.
Oh no, don't tell him that. You don't want to wish that on him.
Next thing you know, Kilby will be telling him that he really wants a Windows phone.
Get that Intel Palladium Gold. That's a great processor. No, it's not. You need to stay in Intel's new line of processors, which is i3, i5. i5 has turbo boost features just in case you temporarily running stuff. It'll increase the speed of the core.
It might even keep up with McAfee.
Yeah.
Yes, that is true. I have an original i5 processor from they're on the 8th or 9th generation
2009.
now.
It's wrong.
So you have it in a frame or something?
Yeah,
No,
2008.
it still runs good.
Yeah. So I had an i7 920, which was the second tier i7 from the first generation.
I had one of those too.
Yeah.
I like Tony B's suggestion that Diecast should buy Don a new computer because he's already rich.
Yes.
Yeah, well, Brian, why don't you put it on the Massey attack list? Just, but see, y'all are spitting out stuff that I have no idea. Remember, when I was selling computers, Packard Bell was the big thing in computers.
Don,
Compaq
could you
had
live
just
with a
come out
laptop? You're probably better off with a laptop.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't like a laptop because it's a compressed keyboard. I know you can buy another keyboard.
Yeah.
I know you can buy another keyboard, but then it would be so far back from the table.
Well, maybe we could find you a 27-inch laptop that has a full-size keyboard on it.
Well, it's just I don't like a compressed keyboard because I like having
Don, believe me, I understand. I understand. I really do.
I love having a numeric pad off to the side. I miss my other. I wish they made an actual mechanical.
They do.
Well,
they make lots of them.
Well,
lots.
But that's not so loud. It messes up stuff when you're picking it up. That's why I stopped using the other one. Because you
Is
were
it
picking
not?
up everything.
Only when you're not talking.
Yeah. That's a mechanical keyboard.
Oh,
Don.
that's right. I forgot. I've got the Deadman switch now. I could put the PS1 back
I
on
love that he
the.
called it a dead man switch.
Yeah. Don, Might as well get you a Model M if you don't have one. Best keyboard ever made. Buckling spring keyboard.
Yeah, I mean, I would try to stay away from an all-in-one. I would get a monitor and a desktop, or
I mean, you can get a totally decent monitor for like $100.
Did you see what Kilby did in his room? He did that 4K TV and used that as a monitor. I ended up getting rid of. I had a 3-monitor setup, and I just went with the 43-inch 4K TV.
But I'm more insane actually. So I want the like a 39-inch 4K TV or whatever on the wall as like the main display. But then I also want like 2 sub displays with it. I still want a multi-monitor setup. I just want a big giant screen up atop all of it.
I'm running 2 monitors now. I've got a 1440p that I'm running. That's a G-Sync monitor, and then just a normal 1080p monitor that's just for Skype, just so that I can have Skype running on one screen, and so I never have to touch it, and so that the stuff doesn't pop up when I'm hovering.
You're not using a 4K?
I have I've got a portrait orientation monitor that I'm using exclusively for Skype right now. So I've got a monitor I can look directly at. You're all here, and the camera is just right there on top of it. It's like a perfect setup. Just I have to turn to look at the chat or the show notes or anything.
Well, a shock to y'all. I'm a little old-fashioned.
Yeah, you don't need multiple monitors, Don. We're just
I know, but I mean, like, I want a tower where everything is where I've got plenty of room to reach everything. I don't have to reach around to the back of the monitor or worry about trying to find enough. All the plugs on the front, everything on the front that I can get to. If I have to go into the thing, I don't have to worry about.
Right. That's why you would get something that's not an all-in-one.
Don. Razer, I think it's Razer, makes a 17-inch laptop with a mechanical keyboard.
Yeah, but it's still going to be a smaller form keyboard.
It's a full-sized keyboard.
Isn't that going to be like a $1,500 laptop?
More like $3,000.
Oh, well.
It's going to be well outside of Don's comfortable price range.
Don can afford it.
Okay. There's a difference between he can afford it and he will afford it.
Yeah. I agree with Chris.
Well, the next time I have some time off and I'm not doing this exhausted, I will try to uninstall McAfee.
$1,800.
And I'll start using the Windows Defender and see if that helps. It's just up until this point. I mean, I've not had these problems before. With it's just like sometimes it's like that one day. Now it could have been an update going through with Windows. It could have been a update with McAfee coming. As far as it downloading there with my internet, it might have been too much going on. So the inputs I was giving to the computer were being delayed.
Yeah, but I mean, the use of your internet connection should have nothing to do with the computer being input inhibited.
Unless it was an update coming through and it was just,
Oh, that's not the one I was talking about. There's one, it looks ridiculous because it literally looks like a Model M keyboard bolted onto a laptop.
I mean, I got a mechanical keyboard off Amazon for I think it was
your IBM Model M. That's Model M's what you want.
No, Don needs like all kinds of RGB and macro keys and everything. Yeah, he needs like the Rolls-Royce keyboard.
Mine has LEDs.
So going back to a conversation that we were having on Twitter a couple weeks ago, Don's not good with computers or internet. So
really? It's not really shocked by that development.
It's not hard to uninstall McAfee unless you're Don.
I see if anything screws up, I can't fix it. And I don't have the knowledge to go in and find out what's going on. It took me 2 days to figure out what happened to Skype when the connection just dropped. It's just something I'm not good with. I'm just not good with computers.
Speaking of finding out what's going on, I'll be right back.
Oh boy. How much we got for in the show this
I need to add stuff to it. That's what I was doing before.
Oh, sorry.
Say the last time I looked, it was still the show notes from last week.
Oh,
Not a whole lot to talk about, which is good because I need to get up at 6 a.m. So I have to get the show edited, posted, and everything tonight before I go to bed.
okay. I know we're going to talk about it on the show, but that bulkhead is not bad. That's from that Roadbuster and Striker mold, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
That's actually pretty nifty.
Yeah. It's a shame though, because they're doing 4 exclusives. So it's just like, I don't know.
Well, see, I don't
Gotta
have
give.
Yeah, I don't have that. Yeah, I don't have that mold. I was tempted to get the Roadbuster, but I've got Revolver, and I really
I
didn't
got
want
a problem solver, and its name is Revolver.
Revolver.
It's like a deadly game of freeze tag. I touch you with my 44 mag, and you're frozen inside a body bag.
You know, I'm thinking about maybe not getting the Drift and getting the Bulkhead instead.
What was the 4? There was a drift?
Well, isn't that what the whole Senator Ratbat that I commented? It looked like Senator Ratbat. That was that Drift mold.
Is that a drift mold?
They made Wing and Drift from the same basic skeleton.
Yeah, I have the wing. Yeah.
Yeah, isn't the purple Drift that mold? Well, that
It looked
that
like
skeleton?
Drift. I don't remember though.
Yeah, I think it's off the wing mold. Yeah, or I guess the drift and the wing mold are the same.
Yeah,
I like that Rat Bat though. I think I'm gonna pick that up.
I already
if
have
I can.
Rat Bat. I
Yeah.
don't need it.
Yeah, see, you and I have the same Ratbat. The Generations from
Pink
Japan,
or whatever it was.
Yeah, which is an awesome use of that Scourge mold. But
Well, Brian, you have a Sphinx already too.
Yeah, but it's not G2.
That is the one thing that I'm want to get is that G2 Sphinx. That's the one. If I don't get anything else at the show, that's the one thing I
me
want.
too.
Did we solve Don's computer problem while I was gone?
No.
Yeah. Hey, so T-Formers doesn't put TFCon news in it on the site, right?
Generally.
Okay, so I just pulled the stuff from TFCon's website.
I gotta ask you something in the chat.
Ask who?
Remember Pogs? Remember Alf? He's back in Pog form.
Alf never left our hearts.
Do I think he'll be in Chicago next year? Yes.
I'm actually tempted to go to TF Nation now that Mika's voice actress
You know,
is
Geek
going to be
Robot
there. I really
Conventions
want to
sounded
meet her.
awesome. Is Jason on? It said Jason. No. Is John on?
Johnson email he wasn't going to be on tonight.
Oh, I don't read email anymore.
Oh.
Oh, hey Rob, I know you've had a little bit of stuff going on lately.
A little bit of stuff
A little
going
bit of
on.
stuff going on.
Yeah,
But but have you had a chance to watch Re-Rise for Divers?
No, I haven't watched any of the new Build Divers at all yet.
Yes, actually, diecast.
It doesn't suck. It's actually more interesting this time, and doesn't make you bored.
Okay, good, because I think I gave up on Build Divers a few episodes in. I don't remember
Build
how.
Divers better.
I don't blame you, but this actually was not really spoilers, but they're using a story mode as the actual way the plot's progressing, not just random encounters, and then it drops a bit of a plot randomly, like, oh yeah, this is still a thing. But the crew is doing a story mode that keeps unlocking every episode, which is a really interesting way of doing it, which I never thought I would say about Divers.
So, hey, in the chat, they're talking about convention location for next year, and Peter, MD, PhD, saying that Chicago has the second best infrastructure for conventions. I love Chicago. I hate traveling to Chicago. I hate O'Hare. I've never flown into Midway, but I hate O'Hare. I don't want to drive.
I would rather have Beast Machines running in my head 24/7 for the rest of my life than go through O'Hare for every show.
I hate O'Hare.
Man, I must have gotten a good day at O'Hare that one time I transferred through.
Wait. But did you travel? Did you have to drive to O'Hare and leave O'Hare and all that?
Yeah, if
No, I was just passing through.
if you just stay inside of O'Hare, it's not a big deal. Like most any airport, it's the actual like approach and departure.
So like
by land.
So like yeah,
Gotcha.
O'Hare is a city. O'Hare is a large city in and of itself, and it sucks driving through it.
Well, that was the airport that I flew through the early BotCons that I'm running through the airport carrying Victory Leo, Victory Shuttle, and all my stuff, running to catch my next flight with all my luggage and my transformer boxes that wouldn't fit in the luggage because, you know, back then Takara boxes were kind of big. So, because I had 5 minutes to get from one end of the airport to the other to catch my flight.
I was going to make a terrible joke, and I'm not. But so Ryan in the chat saying invite Alan Young. I want to know his thoughts on Bulkhead. I was going to say that, you know, I don't know if you heard, but Alan died a few years ago. But I'm talking about, you know, Wilbur Post, Scrooge McDuck, not, you know, the Alan that we know who went to my wedding. Not that Alan.
I would like for TFCon to go back to Charlotte.
Considering now that's 20 minutes from my house, it'd be great. So yeah, that would be awesome.
Maybe TFCon should try Nashville one year.
I'd be fine with that.
I thought you said Nashville sucked, or at least was
It
not.
does. I just don't want to
It's
travel.
close to his house, though. It doesn't matter.
Okay,
I like
well, I'm
Nashville
just-
a lot.
okay,
I think
I-
Nashville's
No, it
great.
actually okay. So last August the Pokemon had their video game and trading card game championships at a facility in downtown Nashville, and like besides the exorbitant parking cost in their parking garage, like the facility was really nice. So like it's not like it'd be hard to get a good venue here.
Yeah,
Just like all the parking downtown is pay parking though, so gotta keep that in mind.
People are talking about how expensive Chicago is. Fortunately, now when I go to Chicago, everything is expensed because it's for work. Otherwise, I would hate it. But everything can go on my company card.
I don't think I even left the hotel last year when we went to Chicago.
That one time we were there, we all walked to that McDonald's and found biscuits.
They switched hotels.
Oh.
Yeah, we were all confused. We're like, this isn't the hotel we were in before.
That was the same hotel that OTFC CO3 was in, if I remember right. I like that. I like that hotel a lot, actually.
I didn't think the hotel was as nice as the one we were in before.
It was smaller.
Okay, let's start.
Okay.
I think.
That time? Oh, yeah, it is.
Kind of sneaks up on you, doesn't it?
Yep.
Time is the
fire in which we burn.
Okay.
A line
What's
that
that
is just so
from?
iconic that it actually has
Trek
made it
Generations.
into Transformers now.
Yes, from Generations. It's Dr. Sarin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Malcolm McDowell was so taken with that line of dialogue that he actually had it inscribed on a watch for himself.
Did he?
Nice.
Yeah,
I
well,
love
that's how
that.
the story goes. Anyway, it may not be true. It may be like apocryphal, but that's always the story that's been associated with that.
I saw whoever was wearing the
Oh,
what's
the tech spec shirt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we should see quite a few of those, but not all ours, because apparently that wasn't something that John was the first person to come up with. So
No, it was not.
and he's wasn't the last either. So hey, can't complain. Let's do this. 3, 2, 1. This is Radio Free Cybertron 645. I'm Brian Kilby, and with me this week we have Rob Clay is back. Oh my gosh, Rob, how you feeling?
Better. It's going to take some time to recover, but like I said, I can get in and out of bed without hurting now, so it's a good first step.
They must have done something amazing then, because I can't do that.
I know, right?
I just stole the joke that everybody else made 10 minutes ago.
I think he is on a lot of medication right now, so that probably helps.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I haven't needed the painkillers very much, which is amazing me as much as it is anybody else. So
What I always find uncomfortable is after like surgery or anything like that, somebody approaches me and is like, "Hey, if you're not going to use your medicine."
Yeah. Luckily, I haven't had that either, so that's been nice.
Oh, yeah.
I had that happen in the hospital.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Opioid
but
epidemic.
to be fair, it was my grandparents' neighbor who was coincidentally also in the hospital at the same time I was. So it's not like it was a complete random stranger, but he was completely sincere in his request.
Yep.
Of course.
I don't want to
Rest
make
in peace, Joe.
I don't want to make an opioid joke, but before people made a big deal of it, like that, my dad was addicted to opioids, and it was terrible. So, if you're addicted to opioids, seek professional help.
Yeah.
Not just for yourself, but for your family.
Please.
Yeah.
And now you know.
Yes. Okay. So that was Chris. Matt's also here.
Yes, he is.
Seeing Matt tomorrow. Want to give him a big hug. High fives.
Hooray. Hooray,
He looks
'cause,
excited.
I love hugs.
Yes. Don is here.
You can probably give Don a hug. He'd probably appreciate it.
Yeah.
No touchy.
Would the girlfriend find it weird if I introduced myself with a big hug?
I think
No
everybody
touchy.
would find that weird.
So I have to say, Kim is like, how do I send her the warning message? Like, she knows already. She's been to his apartment. She's seen his collection.
You know who always gives me a big hug?
Who?
Rob Springer.
Yeah, Rob.
Yeah, Rob
He'll,
Springer
like,
gives
yeah,
everybody a
bear
big hug.
Rob gives
Yeah.
gigantic hugs.
On the rare occasions when we get to see him.
Yeah.
That was diecast. But I do want to point out, though, that, you know, the reason Kim wants to give that warning is because she didn't see my collection until we got married.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like,
You were smart about that, weren't you?
Yep. It's all in bins. Okay. Good. Hey, so last week was our 20th anniversary episode.
Oh, we're so old.
We're so old. Actually,
Speak for yourself.
you know,
Well, I think he was speaking for you.
Don's, life with his girlfriend these past 18 to 20 months have just, taken the years right off of him.
So
He's approaching life with a whole new youth and vigor.
It's like he's
Yeah.
18 again.
What have you been drinking?
Well, right now I'm like ankle deep in Mountain Dew.
that's true. Hey, so we got a lot of emails and stuff that we didn't get into on the show last week, and we've gotten several emails and comments and stuff.
Posthumously.
Post anniversary show. I'm only going to read one though. I got an email today, and honestly, it's a good letter. It's a good email, but also I got it just as I installed, my printer after reinstalling everything. I'm like, I need to print something out. So the timing just happened to work out. But this is from Patrick, and he says, "Hey guys, happy 20th anniversary. Been listening to you guys for almost 3 years and love every second. Thank you. Got a question. I've been considering hunting down and watching Car Robots. I've seen 2001 Robots in Disguise before and found the ending to be a bit interesting, to say the least. I love the toys and the music from the show and was curious if any of you know if there's a difference in story between the original Japanese and English versions of the show. Anyway, can't wait for this week's episode. And remember, hashtag Seacons before Unicron. Another reason I wanted to read that. So,
Yes.
Robots in Disguise got what you would call a punch-up dub. Like, they added jokes and stuff,
Yeah.
but as far as I know, the storyline of the show was not changed to any meaningful extent.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else. So, like, they took some liberties with the script, like Chris said, to make it good,
Entertaining.
entertaining. Having watched it subbed, it really needed that. So I honestly don't think you need to watch the Japanese version.
I would also point out that, at the time Kilby would have watched it subbed, there was only, as far as I know, one group that had it subbed, and dryness of the dialogue may have been their
probably.
fault more than the original script. Car Robots may have actually been resubbed since then, so it might be worth giving another look. Investigate your options for that. But
And before Don jumps in, because he wants to, 'cause this is his thing. I do want to point out that the thing with the original, or the three Japanese series that from the time Beast Wars 2nd, Beast Wars Neo, and Car Robots, they were rather juvenile. So if you watch them in the original Japanese, they are not something that's really targeted toward anyone over 7 or 8. So, Don.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I really can't jump in because when I watched Car Robots, it was on VCD from Hong Kong.
VCD.
Oh yeah, you didn't have a computer back then.
Yeah, so I did. It was just
Windows 98.
Windows
Me
98
too,
couldn't do
actually.
that.
and
No,
kids
I was
ask-
running NT.
yeah.
No, it was on NT4.
and so kids ask your older adult brother or your parents what a VCD is.
It's a CD
yeah,
that has
so-
a movie
Got
on
an
it.
STD?
So again, the English subs on those VCDs were iffy at best, but it's all we had. It's all I had at the time.
Although
But,
Hong
yeah.
Kong VCDs probably have subs that are so iffy that they're actually comedic again. So
Yeah.
I mean, if
Oh,
you're
I
into that,
hope
if you're into Backstroke of the West, you might actually find some value in
Yeah.
Car Robots Hong Kong
So-
subs.
Yeah. So, but yeah, from what I remember reading online about the differences and stuff, Chris is right. There's not a lot of difference in story, although you might be able to get a few the two or three episodes that was not shown on television because of 9/11.
Except
Skybite
they were aired
saves
in
the day?
Canada, so they are actually available dubbed.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if they're actually still out there or not
Was it
without watching.
Skybite Saves the Day? Was that one of them?
No, they actually showed that on Fox Kids.
The day of. Or the day before 9/11. So this happened to
Yeah.
air
Well,
right
no,
around.
Skybite Saves the Day is much later in the series.
What was the one-
We got through episode I think 3 before 9/11, and then they had it off
Yeah.
for.
Yeah, with Megatron crashing through a building and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. So I wasn't sure because see, I've got the Region 2 version
Okay.
of the DVD set that Chris McFeely did the.
The commentary from. There's also an
Yeah.
Australian set out there that's available, but it's not available, at least that I know of, in the U.S.
Yeah, there is no home video release of Robots in Disguise
See,
in the U.S.
that's why we're hoping with the recent Disney acquisition of the Saban Library, if it included that and Mystic Knights.
It's going to be owned by somebody different now. And
Yeah.
still
Reset
not owned-
Don says, even though that happened in like 2002.
Yeah.
Well, again, I mean, with rights issues, we don't know, but I would like to see an actual, not Rhino,
Shout Factory.
Thank you, Shout Factory, do both Mystic Knights and do
So,
Robot Disguise.
Mystic Knights apparently is a problem with rights and or residuals with the actors in Ireland who were in the show, which apparently nobody really thought ahead for very much when making up contracts and such. Either that or the production laws in Ireland are such that they couldn't do their normal practices with that. But from what I've been able to understand and piece together over the years, Mystic Knights on home video is just something that's not going to ever be a thing. Yeah. Yes, I agree with Don's muted comment. It wasn't a bad show. But yeah, so like it's not just Car Robots to Robots in Disguise. Like Armada and Micron Legends, Energon Superlink, and Cybertron and Galaxy Force don't have that many differences story-wise from one language version to the other. Now, I will amend that statement a bit by saying that especially Superlink will probably make more coherent sense
Probably.
in subtitled Japanese
Yeah.
than the English dub, but that's not exactly the fault of the show itself.
No. Yeah. So let's go ahead and jump to. Let me double check. So TFCon, I'm not looking at show notes. Sorry. TFCon is this weekend. Diecast, Matt, Don, and I will be there. And unfortunately, no one else will make it. So, but yeah. So if you're there, we'll see you there. Come give us a high five or a hug.
High fives are preferred.
I mean, if we're meeting for the first time, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I promise that I won't be as awkward around you guys who come meet me as I was. Was it Ryan Frankie a few years ago? Was it at TFCon? Kim chided me for how standoffish I was, and I had to go back and
But
do
that's
like
just the way you are.
I'm awkward. I'm antisocial, so if don't take it personally. But yeah, I love meeting people, so yeah. But I won't make eye contact.
Crunson 2000 asks about the permissibility of chest bumps.
I'll probably knock you down.
I'm in for a good chest bump.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's cold and flu season is coming on. I'd prefer to avoid physical contact if at all possible.
So what about
Yeah.
Klingon style headbutts?
Oh, I was going to go there.
I'm big with the fist pound. That's my preferred. What's up, man?
Oh, I so want to make a joke to follow up diecast. If I said what I was thinking, I would just be diecast at that point. So I'm going to leave that one alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there is no cream repeal that will cure that.
Okay. So that's it. Let's jump to what we got this week. I'll let Chris go first because he got part of what I got, and I'm just going to let him talk about it so I can say I agree.
Okay, so I got the Wave 5 Micromaster set.
Yeah, I think so.
Ratbat and Rumble, the red one. I only got these. I didn't get the
Patrol?
yeah, those. I figured I could pick those up later.
You don't need them. I got
care
them.
that much.
They're not that great. They're okay.
I mean, these they sell these as Micromasters, but they're obviously not Micromasters in the same vein as the Micromasters, which are basically just Micromasters with ball joints.
I just want to say I'm being overly harsh. I'm just not, in love with Micromasters in execution. So,
I mean, I'm kind of not either, because original G1 Micromasters are cool.
I love them.
I dig them for exactly what they are.
They're micro
and
machines.
The Siege Micromasters, to me, really feel like just a poorly executed attempt to recreate that. There's more that I'm apathetic on or just don't like than there are ones that I legitimately enjoy. But this cassette set is a slightly mixed bag. I guess I'll start with Rumble, actually, because I'm impressed they got a humanoid shape out of the little tiny cassette form. Because I actually said on the show when Laserbeak and Ravage first came out that I thought they'd be hard pressed to actually make something this size and this level of complexity turn into a humanoid robot, and damn if they didn't do it. There's no elbow joints. The arms only move at the shoulders, but with a transformation joint, you got a double joint there. There's forward and side movement of the hips, which is more than I ever would have expected. I only would have expected them to go out to the sides for transformation, honestly. And with a ball joint knee, you got a decent range of articulation for something so small and necessarily simple. And Rumble actually turns into the better of the two cassette modes, but the process of doing it I have not enjoyed, which mostly comes down to some tight transformation joints. The wrist hinges in particular feel like I'm going to break them before I get them bent far enough to actually make the tape mode.
Where'd you pick them up from?
I got them online. I was able to get them for almost retail when they started popping up. So
I got mine Chosen Prime. Is that where you got yours?
No, because that would have also entailed probably a higher cost in shipping than the toys were being sold for. I tend not to use Chosen Prime for that reason. I know they're in Arizona or New Mexico or something, and shipping to the side of the country costs money. I've been shipping enough stuff that I understand quite well how that works, but it still makes me not prefer them. But yeah, I mean, the transformation is not super creative or anything, since it really is just folding the limbs around until you get a box shape, basically. But it works well enough. Ratbat's really good in bat mode. They got the look of Ratbat down really well. My camera's not good enough to show it, but they even sculpted in fake tape detail on Ratbat's chest just to kind of sell the original look. He's got the tape spools in his chest and everything.
Oh, nice.
I don't have the Masterpiece one handy in bat mode here, and it would take me too long to transform it for comparison. But this is a nice simplified take on Ratbat compared to the Masterpiece one. So if you don't want to either track down a knockoff I sort of had to do, and you don't want to get the Masterpiece Sound Blaster just for Ratbat, like most people didn't. This is a really good alternative for that. Now, the tape mode for Ratbat is much less convincing than Rumble's, because there's one side of it which is not really a complete square at all, and then of course there's the other side where it's literally just Ratbat with his wings folded up. So I mean, they really did sacrifice the tape mode in favor of having a good Ratbat mode. But between those choices, yeah, I would definitely favor the robot mode if I had to prioritize one. We don't always get that logical choice though, so I feel like it's worth making note that they went the right way with this. I haven't gotten Soundwave down yet to check and see how the fit is in the tape compartment, but I can't imagine it would be much different than Ravage or Laserbeak.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a nice set. I'm glad, especially that we got a Ratbat out of this form factor before they moved on to something else. I'm really hoping at this point that even if it's like a Generation Selects thing or something, we get like Buzzsaw, Frenzy, I don't know, maybe do Wing Thing out of Ratbat. Just like get some of the characters we're missing still, or even do like a Frenzy and enemy set.
That'd be great.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping the frenzy that came with the Dino cassettes. I don't know why they didn't make that enemy, as fitting that whole rare theme.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that wouldn't have been a bad choice.
Well, I mean, enemy though wasn't an actual cassette.
Well, yeah, but I mean, instead of getting another frenzy with a very slight deco difference, if they're going to make a double carded thing, put something unique on that other single
But I mean,
card.
if it's about,
Yeah.
but if it's about rarity or something, you would, you wouldn't. I mean, so never mind.
I see the merit of both of your arguments, and I'm actually going to side with Don on this one, just for the fact that to have Enemy, the character, represented as one of the original G1 cassette molds
I mean, I like
at
it.
this point,
If you've
yeah, I mean
already
that'd be
done
a really cool thing to do.
Yeah, the Twincast, not Twink, the Sound Blaster reissue.
Did Sound Blaster get that?
Yeah.
Okay, well, never mind then. We don't need it.
Yeah. So I'm looking on my shelf. He's
Yeah,
up
that's
here
fine.
somewhere.
Don's wrong then.
Yeah, he's up there somewhere. Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, I like these Siege cassettes Wave 2 pretty much. Like, neither of them are perfect, but collectively they're a nice little set. Probably, like, collectively they're better than the Ravage and Laserbeak set because, we haven't had a good Ravage in, like, 35 years. So...
The Classics Ravage isn't horrible.
It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the second best.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's my enemy right there. I was looking for it. It's
No, Brian, your enemy is right here.
yeah.
He's nearby. Real nearby.
Very nearby. Yeah, so probably this is my favorite thing that's come out of the Siege Micromaster price point is what I was getting at.
Here you go.
Ah, nice.
Just happened to be in Chris range.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Cool. Okay.
Okay, I also got the Amazon 3-pack in, but obviously I have not taken the time to open it yet. But I have that, and the Impactor looks really nice. The face sculpt looks much better on that than the regular retail one, and being able to actually see the details on the toy-based Mirage head on this, since all the pictures I've seen don't really show it off all that well, I definitely want this in, opaque plastics, normal paint deco. Like, give me a regular Mirage that has this head on it. I'll double dip for that, or I guess at this point, triple dip.
Let me tell you
Damn.
about this head it got.
Oh, also, I may have pointed this out at some point in the past, but like between the package art for this clear Mirage and what the renders look like on the back, I really think somebody screwed up and it was not supposed to have clear blue plastic as dark as the final production really did, because with the lighter shade that's represented in the art and the render, like the paint apps would actually contrast and you'd be able to see them really, which I think is the intention here. As it is, it all kind of fades together and it looks more invisible with the really light blue of the render. So I think somebody might have messed up and that's why this is so inexplicable.
Womp womp.
Yeah, that light blue
Yep.
would have been a lot better.
Yeah, I agree. Oh well, I would say maybe next time, but really don't do this again.
Cool.
Well, with it being clear plastic, could the hues have something to do with maybe the safety rating? Because we know that different plastics in clear have problems.
I
Could
mean,
that have been-
as far as I understand, the intensity of the color is just down to the amount of pigment added to colorless clear plastic. So, you're working with the same base material, it's just more or less coloring agent that's been added to it when it was, processed for manufacturing. So, I don't think there's anything to it except that, somebody hit a 5 when they should have hit a 3, for instance.
Okay. Cool. Anything else?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. So I got the Decepticon Battle Patrol. Like I said, they're okay. They're very standard Siege Micromasters, though. I mean, there's nothing special.
I mean, their colors are very nice.
Yeah. And I like the gigantic Decepticon symbol right there in the midriff.
It almost takes you back to Universe 2003.
Yeah, I know. I love that. But I also, of course, got the other Micromaster set, the Rumble or Frenzy, depending on your preference, and Rat Bat.
Well, it's Rumble on the package, so that's what I'm going with. Also, Rumble's the red one.
Yeah. And
come at me.
I got one more thing, though. Well, I'm going to say it's like 3 in 1. I got a package from our pal, Anthony Brucali. I honestly forgot about this. He sent me the Megatron Super 7
nice!
New York Comic Con exclusive figure.
Oh, neat.
The one who's being transformed by Unicron into Galvatron.
The good one, yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, so pretty awesome.
Oh, that looks great.
Yeah. It's beautiful. So this is going to look nice on my shelf. It's 11 inches tall, so it's much bigger than I actually thought. And yeah, it just looks great in package, so that's never coming out. He also, though, he said he included some freebies. I'm like, oh, cool. I'm curious what it is. Ant's known me for a long time, so I'm certain this is going to be funny or awesome. And it was both. It was, he got me, well, one, he knows my love for Garbage Pail Kids, so he got me one of the New York Comic Con exclusive Garbage Pail Kids cards. And also, he got me, he sent me the Fall Guy, the board game. It is amazing. I haven't played it yet. I'm going to wait till Triplet comes over so he and I can play it.
No, just make the 7-year-old play it with you.
No, she'll lose parts.
True.
But it's amazing, and I cannot wait to play that. So, thank you, Anthony. You're my hero. That is the best.
You should bring that to TFCon.
I could.
Yeah?
Could. That'd be fun.
Yeah, because
Diecast would lose parts, though.
Yeah, and I'm not quite sure I want my girlfriend to be playing Cards Against Humanity, because that would be kind of weird.
Well, it would certainly be like the ultimate test of the relationship.
I do want to point out, when we haven't played Cards Against Humanity in forever, it's kind of fallen out of favor with a lot of people. But Dawn felt so awkward playing Cards Against Humanity in front of my wife. And when Dawn talks to my wife, he's like, "Ma'am, can you?" He doesn't say Kim. He doesn't say like, "Ma'am," and I'm like, "Dawn,
ma'am, Miss
you slept in the
Kilby,
same room as my wife. You don't have to call her ma'am anymore." So,
well, how does Kim feel about that, though?
I don't think she likes it much either. It's like,
her
why do you call
opinion
me
may
ma'am?
differ.
Well, my girlfriend's parents, I have the same. Yes. I call them by, Miss or Mister. It's very rare for me to actually call them by the first names. It's just the way I was kind of raised and the way it's stuck in my head. I can't call Kim Miss. I have to call her Miss Kilby. I
Call
can't.
her Kim. My God, her name is Kim.
No, it's just a mental thing I've got.
I'm going to call your girlfriend by her first
It
name.
is a mental thing you have, Don.
We need that on the recording.
Oh,
That's
it's
the
recorded.
cold opening.
Yeah. I do have to say, I forgot which I think it was TFCon Charlotte. One of our listeners, his wife was there, and she doesn't have any clue who I am or anything like that. So, she thought that Kim was Don's wife. So she asked, it's like, where your husband over there? And it's like, that's not my husband. I'm like, you would be so lucky.
Yes, Kim has much better taste than that.
No, Don, you're amazing. Okay.
Ryan in the chat says, I thought Don said he called his girlfriend Mr.
What? Oh, I thought he said that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay, let's
Good times.
Who's going next?
I'll go.
Don.
I got one thing. I got the 3-pack
Super
from
Fire
Amazon.
Dag 1, go.
Yeah, Super Fire Dag 1. Yes, watch Dag 1. It's wonderful. No, I got the 3-pack from Amazon, and I'm splitting the set 3 ways. Impactor's going to Dino over Toku Nation, and I'm selling the Clear Mirage to somebody else. And then I'm keeping the Power Dasher, so now I've got all 3 Power
So you're
Dashers.
keeping Aragon, okay. Aragon.
Okay, I couldn't remember the name. He doesn't look like a horse. But,
yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so that's it's been really dry in this area, other than That's it. That's literally all I found in the past week or so.
And by found, you mean got out of your mail?
True.
I mean, sometimes it's an adventure to find where the mailman leaves stuff.
Well, I mean, having lived here in this apartment for 20 years, I'm serviced at a little satellite post office, the one that closes at 2:00 in the afternoons and at 10 on Saturday mornings. So
I think
they
my
know
post office opens before 10 on Saturdays.
Yeah, Saturdays my post office open from 8 to 10. That's all they're open on Saturday.
Wow.
And they close at 2 every day, and they have a 2-hour lunch window.
Boy, that must be nice to work at.
This does kind of explain a lot, though, with the whole package for Matt thing. I mean, you have to jump through so many hoops just to get stuff out.
Yeah, except he was able to get me a Rainmaker set out like 2 days after I paid him for it.
Well, let's not belabor that at this point.
Don has dropped.
You brought it up.
You can just ship directly from the vendor.
Ah.
Well, there is a post office not far from work. It's just either getting a lunchtime to get to it. It's kind of across town, so it's either going on my lunch break or hope to get off work before they close, and it's not always possible. So
Don makes it sound like he lives in the desert. Don lives in like a real deal, legitimate town.
Oh, it takes me. It's 8 miles to the nearest food line.
Well, where you live, not from where you work. I mean, where you live, it's out in the boonies.
I don't have a food line anymore, Don.
Food line's awesome.
Yeah, do you know how hard it is to get sodas cheap without a food lion?
All right.
I mean, it costs a fortune to feed this caffeine addiction I've got going here, man. I mean, Brian can tell you.
Who else got something?
Tough to say. I'm sorry. I'm going back to the chat. tfradio.net/live. Actually, if you want to watch the chat, you really need to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's where everything is. And Peter, MD, PhD, said, off topic, he watched many a forum show and picked this one because he finds it the most gentlemanly. Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
I mean, we strive for PG-13.
We strive for
Brian
PG.
forces it on us.
PG.
No, Brian, you strive for PG. We strive for PG-13.
That is correct.
If it hits PG-13, Brian's doing the show by himself. Then he'll replace everybody with Eric.
Because Eric's not old enough for PG-13.
There you go. That was the thought.
I mean, at some point there may be a topic of discussion where we have to go a little blue.
No, we don't.
But I mean, not on this show. Like a show that you would do with the specific warnings and stuff. It may happen at some point, but
there was a Star Trek podcast.
Yeah. I didn't listen to that, so I had no idea what was actually on it. Chris had to
I
tell
did
me.
a Star Trek podcast for 100 episodes, and you didn't listen to it. What the hell?
I listened to episode 1
because you never covered Bride of Chaotica. That's
and
why.
If you tell me that you mentioned me on it, I listen.
Yeah, and when I told Hey Mickey that was the case, he just started mentioning you like offhand 3 or 4 times an episode, and I just stopped telling you that was happening because it became meaningless at that point.
Well, I would listen to it now probably.
Yeah, you say that, but you're just trying to trick me into doing one, and you won't listen to it.
What next month is, real quick, and we'll move
National Podcast Month.
Nanopodnomo or whatever it is. I'm going to try Podnomo. So we did that like 7 or 8 years ago. We did a podcast per day, and it was so hard. We were also like on the regular doing like 5 shows a week though. At that point, anyway,
we're close to it. With us?
I know, but
how did we have the time?
I'm thinking about doing it. I'm thinking about doing it. So we'll see how that goes.
Well, you have fun with that.
I know. I'll have to be recording a lot of stuff on the weekends.
Yeah?
Okay. So who else? Diecast, do you have anything?
Oh, yes.
Oh, no.
I know I'm not supposed to talk about Unicron, but I found a legal loophole.
Oh, never mind. Hold on. We don't need you. I can drop him.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Oh, nice.
I bought the Unicron. Which one is this from? Energon or
Cybertron?
Cybertron. It was at the tail end of it.
Yeah.
I remember that, and I was like, that's a really weird thing. And, I think I may have one of these in the package, but it's packed up somewhere, and I don't know where it is. And I kind of wanted a loose one. So
It's worth messing with. It's a good little toy.
Yeah, I like it.
yeah, it's. I think I was against it when it first came out because I was like, "That's so weird and dumb." And now I'm like, "Oh, that's kind of weird and dumb. I like it."
I was at the BotCon when they showed that off during the Hasbro panel, and everybody like applauded. If I remember right, yeah, I was excited about it. Never bought it though.
So I like that toy a lot for like one reason is that it's a good snapshot of where Transformers was at conceptually at that point in time, where like there was nothing against reimagining something as being completely different from what the inspiration was. So, you know, that Unicron's a tank with no, you know, planetary qualities to it or anything. Yeah. Like, it's a really interesting looking, you know, rolling crab thing, and I really appreciate just how weird it looks and how different it is from anything you'd expect to be called Unicron. But like also just it's a fun toy because it can just kind of do its own thing for its vehicle. It's not trying to be anything realistic. You know, they're really flexible in how they're able to engineer it. It's also pretty highly articulated compared to some of the other stuff that came out around the same time too. So it stands out for what it is.
So Diecast, I know you don't like buying quote unquote used toys. So did you get that minimum sealed card?
No, I couldn't find one that was at a reasonable price. So I mean, I just this one looked pretty good. I had to look at it a couple times before I would touch it.
Did you wash it in your bathtub? Or that wasn't you, that was somebody else.
No.
I know that reference.
But
you and like
it came with the
listening.
What were these called? The Planet Keys or the Cybertron keys?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it came with the key and everything. So it was complete except for the instructions, and I think I can figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
just
think that
maybe
would be
be
a
a
problem.
little bit careful folding down that clear plastic disc the head's attached to, because I've got a Cybertron Unicron, and the last time I tried to do anything with it, the clear plastic hinge actually broke.
Ooh.
So just, you know, be gentle with that. Hopefully that's just like a one-off situation and not something that like the plastic's deteriorating.
I want to say I handled mine within the last year and it was okay, so hopefully so.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, I just moved. Oh yeah, there's yeah, I can see where there could be an issue. It's very thin, clear plastic right there.
NES in the chat. Is that Nest Chalk? It may not be. Maybe, I don't know. Said
maybe
used. Ooh, it's got finger history. I do have to remind everybody that as a kid, every single one of my G1 toys wound up in the bathtub with me at some point. So.
I mean, for me, that was Ninja Turtle toys, but
Yeah.
you know, same concept. Fortunately, for anybody who follows me for my sales list, I don't sell my childhood Ninja Turtle toys.
Me too. It is Nest Chalk. Hey.
Well, you know, Chris was talking about how it was applauded. I think at that time, Cybertron was
Brian,
being.
but thank you anyway.
I'm sorry. About how Cybertron was being, how it was well received, because I think everyone was coming off of Cybertron.
It's after Energon, so anything was.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not bad mouthing Cybertron. Cybertron has like the second best Optimus Prime after Fire Convoy, but
the toy.
I do like that Prime toy.
Yeah, it's a
I will
good toy.
give you that.
Yeah, but it's
Better
also
than
the
Fire
fact
Convoy.
that the gimmick was not intrusive like Armada or crap like the Autobot half for Energon. So people were enjoying a kind of a getting back to basics thing that we had not gotten since Robots in Disguise came off the Beast and went back to vehicles for some people. So, you know, I think that's why that Unicron is so popular. Is the gimmick doesn't get in the way. It's well sculpted. It's like a lot of Cybertron stuff.
You know, the interesting thing about Cybertron's line-wide gimmick is that it was essentially just a Minicon gimmick again, except that the toys weren't having to give up some of their engineering budget to make a little robot. Yeah, I mean, it's exactly the same concept.
Yeah,
though.
you're right.
Unlocking an action feature or something with just a static piece of plastic instead of a tiny little robot, which, yeah, it made for better large toys, but it did take a little bit of the charm away.
It did, and now we can't even afford the engineering to have, like, the gimmicks incorporated into the toys.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we can't even afford to have Cybertron toys sold as deluxes.
I mean, now, like, the last time that we had the Minicon port on the toy, I mean, they literally did nothing, which, of course, you know, you're not you're not going to engineer that into something, more modern, because why would you? But it still kind of sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I can see them doing maybe Power Masters and Earthrise or whatever is next, because I mean, if you include a small mini-con with a deluxe size figure and just one weapon,
but they'll do nothing, right? When you plug it in.
Well, I mean, because it's not 80, isn't because it's not 84, 85, 86, but
because it costs money.
Yeah, but I would like to see them go past this current G1 with ball socket joints like we've talked about. I just want to see what's after Earthrise, since y'all brought that up.
It's going back to 84 again. It'll be a never-ending cycle.
Never ends.
I mean, I actually don't think seeing something analogous to Power Masters during Earthrise at some point is all that far out of possibility. Because, I mean, it's something they can just strap into the Battle Masters price point. Like, they're literally giving us a robot that turns into a piece of floor. I don't think they have to stretch very far at that point to give us one that turns into something resembling an engine that can plug onto another toy's chest.
Before we get Power Masters, though, I want a sure shot and a point blank to go with my crosshairs.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that.
Yeah, who are we like? We've even had a couple of or at least a few of the double target masters too. So
we had Scoop, Spinisters coming up, and we had a Quake as a headmaster.
Yeah. I never did get that Quake.
They need to double back and put Quake. We need to put Quake's target masters in the Battle Master price point during Earthrise.
Was Landfill the Autobot? Is that the name of the?
Yeah, Landfill was one of them.
Yeah. I always get him confused with something I forget. But yeah, okay.
Yeah, Quake was at Ollie's.
Yeah.
I should have grabbed him when I saw him there a couple of years ago. Oh well.
Like Quake went into a refresh wave with like 4 other toys. It was like there was nothing new in that assortment, but a lot of the stories ended up getting that instead of the regular Wave 5, I think. And ultimately, that ended up going to clearance in a lot of places.
Cool. Anything else? Diecast?
No, that was it.
Rob?
Okay, I got a few things. Before I wound up in the hospital, somebody sent me the Logitech wireless trackball off of my
awesome.
Amazon.com wish list, and thank you very much for that. That works really well. It's so nice to have a scroll wheel again after all this time. So, and the scroll wheel on my old trackball was broken.
How could you live?
Yeah. But after I got out, Diecast sent me Star Wars Battlefront 2 for the PS4, and thank you for that. I'm really enjoying that. That is, it's a shame about the whole loot box thing with that, because at the core of it, it is actually a really good game. The single player campaign is really enjoyable. I'm having a lot of fun with that. I'm having to take a break because when I try, if I play the single player version, I'm fine. If I try and do the multiplayer, it starts over. Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Oh, okay.
For the PS4.
The EA game.
Yeah. If I play the single player, I'm fine. But for some reason, if I try to play multiplayer, it starts trying to overwrite my Gundam battle operation skills, and I cannot actually have that.
Yeah, so I don't have Battlefront 2. I had Battlefront, and there was no one-player game. So,
yeah, Battlefront 2 has a single-player campaign that is pretty decent. Actually, the highlight probably is Billy D. Williams playing Lando for most of it. He's awesome. Having a lot of fun with that.
Oh, there's a new Lando figure that I really want to get, but I don't want to buy more Star Wars figures.
And lastly, John Triclops sent me another volume of Dragon Ball off of tfradio.net/playlist. So, I now have over half of Dragon Ball Z in the Vizbig format, and I just need 4 more to have all of it. So,
cool.
Thank you very much.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I picked up the first one on Kindle. I'm looking forward to reading it. Cool. Matt.
Yes. So no Transformers this week, but I did get some Marvel Legends. I found
again.
Yes.
Don't you
again.
have them all?
He has them all.
No, but I'm getting closer now. No. So I found something that I've been actually wanting for a very long time. It was the 2013 San Diego Comic-Con set. It was a 5-pack of the Thunderbolts,
Oh wow,
led by Luke Cage.
nice.
Great. And since we've been talking about, a couple different times terrifying clear plastic, it also came with Ghost.
Oh no.
So a convention exclusive Marvel Legend with swappable parts made out of clear plastic.
That hurts.
And it does not come packaged with the head that I wanted on it. So so yes, this Ghost actually is terrifying.
As a ghost should be.
Yes.
Well, Ghost
I did get the head swapped.
Oh, good.
Well, Ghost was a pretty terrifying series.
No, it's just a pretty terrible series.
Different character.
Don, don't you have Ghost on your Amazon wish list?
The movie Ghost.
Yes.
I know I deleted that.
Oh, let me add it back.
Yeah, the other 3 characters in the set are Crossbones, Satana, and Moonstone, which just befuddles me why there's not a regular release Moonstone in the Marvel Legends line. Because it
was in the San Diego set.
Yesterday I bought a copy of WWE 2K20 for PlayStation 4, and today I returned a copy of WWE 2K20 for the PlayStation 4.
Yeah,
that was one broken game.
Sony is offering refunds if you bought it digitally.
Oh, good. Yeah. And GameStop is offering full credit trade-in.
Yeah. Well, that'll be good for buying some...
within 48 hours of purchase. So, yeah, I got my money back in credit anyway.
Is it as bad? Is it as bad as the YouTube videos make it look to be?
Honestly, I wasn't enamored with it enough to go that far in. Like, when I put it in and just started playing and you're getting glitches and frame rate problems during entrance videos.
Like, oh, that's bad.
That's going to be a fun one to mess with when it gets down to like $10. That'll just be a good time.
But it sounds like you won't have long to wait.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go and look. There are PS4 share videos all over the place. And honestly, I think there's no amount of patches that's going to fix that game. There's a 13, what is it? Gigabyte, patch day one.
Impressive. That probably accounts for like almost half the game's coding right there. So
I've yet to buy one of the 2K games. I don't even know what engine it's based. It's an original engine that 2K or whoever developed it put out, right? It's not like based on an older existing engine.
Honestly, I mean the wrestling games have been fairly standard for so long. Oh, except for now they've decided to change all the control schemes that have remained fairly well intact for 20 years. People are loving that too.
Okay.
So on the bright side, Matt, though, it sounds like you'll have plenty of credit at GameStop to pick up more Lightning Collection figures down the line.
I would have, but I just went ahead and put that all towards Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Mm. Well, when you ruin the joke.
Which comes out next month.
Okay, let's jump to news. I gotta
right, we actually have a podcast to do, don't we?
Yeah, we got. I want to get this posted like before bed. So
good luck.
Yeah. So according to someone on Facebook, the Transformers 35th anniversary end cap is showing up, or I guess was just discovered. I don't think anybody really knew it was coming unless you worked at Walmart. It's showing up at Walmart.
Even then, maybe not.
Yeah. So it's. So my Walmart has these small, short aisles, I guess, to maximize end cap space. So it took me a minute actually to walk around the entire toy section because there's hidden end caps. But I was at mine today and there was nothing. But so I checked Walmart's website today to see when my Megatron and Optimus Prime were to ship, and it's still showing October 31st. So I don't know. I doubt these are street dated because I didn't hear that they were. But if I can get these figures before those ship, I'm going to, and I also need to get that blue streak.
Right.
Which I don't. Yeah, I see blue streak in the photo. So
yeah, no, all those exclusive toys are in there, mixed in with a bunch of stuff from like Wave 3.
Yeah. Yeah, but if this photo is the way they're packaging all of them, it looks like Megatron has 4 rows. Prime has 2 rows.
Well, keep in mind, diecast. These are packed at least 2 units deep in each slot.
Yeah. So I see if Prime is behind, there's a Prime behind the Prime because that's what it looks like. And there's a Megatron behind the Megatron. You have 8 Megatrons and
Really,
4
I
Optimus
see 5
Primes.
Megatrons on that picture.
So
There are 4 mega.
Oh no, the other
Thank
one
you,
is
Don.
the regular and not the 35th.
So so with this end cap, it's all cardboard. So it's not like a standard end cap you would have, where you just have the shelves on it, or just an empty space with pegs. This is one, I guess, Don. It's called what, a PDQ. It just slides into the space.
Please display quickly, or please destroy quickly,
Yeah,
because they usually don't survive transit.
And basically, the toys are already in the display, right? And when you open it up, it just reveals them.
Yeah.
Usually, basically, there's just a cardboard outer wrap, and when you cut all the shipping strings, you remove the cardboard. The thing just basically is on a base, and you just stick it wherever you want to.
Don knows this because he has gone to many a toy section at Walmart and just stood and watched people unpack.
I was going to attribute this to his years of working at Service Merchandise.
Yeah. So.
Remember when the 07 movie came out? I went down to Greensboro to specifically buy movie toys, and Target didn't even know, the Target I was at didn't even know the movie was street dated that day, and they brought out all of their movie because the section was there. It was a 12-foot section. Nothing was in it. And so I was literally the only person there for movie toys, and they're bringing everything out on carts, and I'm just sort of like, it was like a K&W for toys. I was like, I want that, I want that, I want that, and I want that.
You're so the future version of Chris Triplett. He loves K&W. Okay, so...
Well, I do like their A-custard.
Anyway, that end cap in that picture was found at a Walmart in East York, Pennsylvania.
Okay, sweet, East Coast. Not that it matters so much with a PDQ or something, because,
Yeah, I mean, I expect most places that are going to have that will have that within a week or so out and set up.
Yeah. So just in time for my package to ship from Walmart.com.
Pretty much,
I'll just wait for my Walmart.com package.
I'll be able to ask my brother and sister-in-law to pick me up an anime eyebrow truck next time they go out shopping, so that works.
Yeah, and good news on that front. I saw someone on Twitter earlier today posting pictures of, I think it was both the Megatron and the Optimus had the preferable faceplate deco.
Ah, good.
So we still don't know how many variations there are, or which ones are going to be available or prevalent, but that does still exist.
This is good.
Yes.
Okay, so Studio Series stuff, for those that like Studio Series. Not that there's anything wrong with that. So, Takara, there's a sales list that popped up. New releases from February to May 2020.
Or Takara, yeah.
Yeah, from Takara. World War II Hot Rod, 2,800 yen. Shockwave, 6,800. Megatron, 45. Scavenger, 6,800. Off-Road Bumblebee, 2,800. Which figure would that be?
The Jeep Bumblebee that we heard about last week.
Right. Sentinel Prime, 4,500. Roadbuster, 2,800. And Scrapper, 4,500.
So the Sentinel Prime's a new thing.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed that's not a Voyager.
It is a Voyager.
I mean, I'm sorry, a Leader.
Ah.
Yeah, it is a Voyager. I
guess for robot scaling, it's probably correct at Voyager.
So,
Yeah.
Sorry, we have a retail chat going on right now, and I have to talk about this. So Peter's asking, are end caps more expensive versus the aisle? It's more expensive for the vendor because the vendor typically has to pay for the retail space that they get, depending on how the relationship is or how the store is operated. But at my prior company, they would actually pay for end cap space. So the toy shouldn't be more expensive, but the operating agreement between the retailer and the vendor, you do have to pay more.
Yeah, but the problem is, Brian, they're paying to go on an end cap. Whether it actually winds up on that end cap or not,
that's true.
It's a dice roll because I've seen stuff that new hot it's for the brand new movie. It's stuck on a back end cap with no pricing, no nothing. It was just put somewhere to get it out of the back room.
Well, and
So
I've also seen where, like, you know, through all the online stuff, knowing that there's supposed to be an end cap or a mid-aisle feature thing, but all the inventory just ends up on the regular pegs, and the display piece is never anywhere to be seen. Like, they don't even bother with that.
Well, that's why we used to call it "Please Destroy Quickly" because it took up room in the aisle that you needed for something else. So you just throw them on a peg hook, put the rest on a riser, and then throw the cardboard away.
Yeah.
Okay, so so Studio Series stuff. So again, the Roadbuster, of course, is the Wrecker Roadbuster. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Topspin, because in the movie it was the Jimmy Johnson 48 car with the Lowe's sponsorship. Now Jimmy Johnson's sponsored by Ollie, which is a bank, an online bank. It'll be interesting to see what deco that toy has. So,
I mean, I would presume it would have a movie-accurate deco.
I would presume that it wouldn't.
Well, Hasbro's going to be starting their European exhibition convention tour pretty soon, so through one of those things, we'll probably end up seeing first looks at least, oh shoot, what was that first record from last week?
Roadbuster? There's Roadbuster, Leadfoot, and Topspin.
Well, whichever one of those is going to come out first from
Roadbuster.
Hasbro, we'll probably end up seeing that at the European convention circuit.
Oh, okay. I'll go back to the chat here in a second. Let me correct what I was going to say. It's very possible that it'll have the deco from the movie, but it may not have the licensing from the movie. I don't think that's going to happen.
They could genericize the logos.
Yeah. So, Jared, we love Jared in the chat. He said, "Quick question: there's a Reading store in Putnam, Connecticut that sells cheerwine. I'm sure some of you have had it before. Would you recommend it?"
Yes.
Had cheerwine.
Yes.
I've traded cheerwine for toys.
We used to talk. Yeah, you have.
Yes.
So we used to talk about cheerwine like every week, almost like they were a sponsor. I don't drink sugary drinks anymore so much, but like events when we get together. Gosh, I don't have time to go get some cheerwine. What I would normally do is get a case.
No, you're going to make time to go get some
I would
cheerwine.
normally go
That's
get a
what you're
case of
gonna do.
cheerwine in glass bottles and bring them to our get-togethers at conventions. And shoot, I wish I had done that.
Just do a like a 24 pack or 12 pack of cans.
It's not this. Oh God, it's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not.
I know, but
No.
it'll be acceptable if you don't have time for the other.
It's
stuff.
something.
The two times Matt has come through here to, give me a ride to whatever get together, I've made a point to go to the store and get the glass bottles of cheerwine in the little 4-pack thing.
God,
You
it's so
know,
good.
Yeah.
So good. Okay. Moving along. Sorry. We are so off topic. Generation Select Seacons Wave 3 now on Hasbro Pulse. So go get those before you can't.
That took long enough.
Yeah, the order period closes on October 29th, so as of the time we're recording, there's less than a week left.
I would like to say I paid for my Unicron before the Seacons.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
Well, it got Unicron before Seacons because I've not paid for a single Seacon yet because I didn't have to crowdfund them. But-
Okay, so Studio Series Shockwave, first in hand photos of the Leader Class toy. Apparently, this is beautiful, according to Eric. It's not my jam.
Yeah, I mean... Oh, okay, so like the paint finish for the robot looks really nice. Like,
It
they've
does.
done stuff to it to make it look like aged metal, which I appreciate.
It looks more like an humanoid, though, than a
Well, that's
Transformer.
this movie Shockwave, I
Yeah.
mean...
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for the people who like that, I'm sure that's great, but it doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah, it is a good rendition of that character if that is something you were looking for.
It
It
sure
serves,
is.
it's a shockwave. They really went and made a good shockwave. Well, a shockwave anyway.
And humanoids. That's just what I hear. when
The
I see
evil
it.
that lies
Yeah.
within.
I mean, he was an insignificant character in the movie.
And he wasn't supposed to be, right? He was supposed to be like the big bad, or
No, he was never supposed to be that.
And people assumed it.
Because the advertising directed you to think that in order to keep the surprise of Sentinel Prime.
yeah.
Like that's how that whole thing worked. They did that on purpose.
Bad movie. Okay.
I mean, it wasn't the worst movie.
It's the fourth worst movie.
I mean, maybe third worst.
Fifth, if you count Bumblebee in that. Not that Bumblebee's a bad movie. It's before Dark of the Moon.
Mm.
So okay. Studio series Shockwave. We mentioned that. Okay, the Raiden Project and a railway story in the sky. So Takara is basically doing something where they're talking about Raiden, and there's going to be an announcement when in December about something.
So, what I've understood from this is that various railway companies in Japan are banding together and having some kind of a traveling exhibition about the history of trains in Japan, and Takara is using the opportunity to, show off Raiden as, a major train character from their stuff. And supposedly there's going to be some announcement of a new project. What that actually entails is completely up in the air. There's no details on that because the whole exhibition does not even start until December, apparently.
So yeah, we don't know if it's going to be an encore figure. I'm less thinking that than they're going to take I don't know, Technobots.
They're gonna take 6 more of Chromia or Moonracer and
actually
take them trains.
Now, when the Seacons were announced, Takara said that it was pretty much their last, combiner project. Am I remembering that correctly?
Something to that effect, yeah.
Yeah, so unless they've changed their mind, I'm not expecting new molds. I would be perfectly happy with an encore of the originals.
It could be the first Masterpiece Combiner.
Yeah, or it could be they're going to paint 6 trains that look like Raiden.
That's very true.
And it's going to tour Japan.
God, they have all those Tamika toys. They could just do that. Darn it, Don.
Well, and Shinkalion too. Like that's their line of train robots.
Yeah, I would love to see like some Combiner Wars style, train bots, but I don't think it's going to happen. I hope I'm wrong.
I mean, an encore would be. I have Raiden and I like the figure, but
I had the KO.
I would. Well, again, remember I got it back when it was like.
I'm just saying, I got that KO in the 90s. It goes for the KO was very nice.
Yeah,
and goes for hundreds of dollars now.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, but an encore reissue of that would be great for so many people. Mm-hmm. Plus, there's also Zeta has announced their Raiden, so. This could be something to do with kickback against that.
So I put a poll on Twitter this week saying I'm going to buy something stupid at TFCon, and I was either going to buy something I've always wanted or buy back something that I wish I hadn't sold. And my options were Guard City, Battle Gaia, Raiden, or Overlord. I've never had the first 3. I had Overlord, a beautiful mint and sealed box Overlord that I sold. I was surprised actually the poll went for Overlord, which is
I voted for Overlord.
Yeah,
I
substantially
voted for Overlord because I don't want you to have Battle Gaia or Guard City and me not have those things.
Yeah,
I didn't think of it from that angle. I just of myself admired G1 Overlord for so long. Like I think of those choices, that's the most engaging thing to spend a ton of money on.
And it should go for less than the other toys too. So
absolutely,
it's a cost saver.
Yeah.
So, and honestly, like I said, I had the knockoff, and I want a new Raiden. I'd like to have the box set. I'd rather have the box set than the loose toy, to be honest.
And if they did an encore, it would definitely be a box set.
Yeah, because the toy itself is pretty good. It's good, but I would rather have a new version of it.
Yeah, I believe Raiden was developed around the same time that the original Devastator toys were, Constructicons before they were Transformers. So they're of that same era of engineering.
And it shows. It definitely shows. Okay, so let's see here. Let's rush through here. Okay, so we have TFCon exclusives. I'm really gonna rush through these. I'll go from reverse order for me. That I find of interest to the one that I think is the best. So G2 Planet X Vulcan, Chosen Prime, they're doing their Planet X. Was it Vulcan? Was that the name of the original?
I think so.
It's their
Grimlock.
Grimlock.
So, yeah.
It's in a it's turquoise Grimlock, like the G2 toy. It's a little. It looked maybe the photo looks a little muted to me. I'm not enamored with that version of third party, not Grimlock. So I'm probably not that interested in that one. But you know,
The colors are beautiful, though.
it's pretty.
Oh yeah.
It really is pretty, but I don't know. It doesn't resonate with me.
I've heard Planet X Vulcan also has some scary bits in the transformation.
Diecast
I
probably
have
has
the
3.
red one. I don't think I've ever transformed it.
Which one
Of
is
course
Don is
not.
showing off one of his to the podcast listeners. You can't see it. So Don, which one is that?
This is the Fans Toys Grinder, which is their masterpiece Grimlock. That's in scale with the other Dinobots.
It looks nice.
Yes, since Takara's masterpiece Grimlock is a little short, but again, it was made several years before Fans Toys started doing Dinobots. But yeah, they went with the darker blue on their on this G2 Grimlock, and the Planet Vulcan one is a lighter, more of a Carolina or Powerpuff blue. But since we got a lot of color variations across the board on these blue Grimlocks, everything from this blue to a turquoise to I remember seeing a Carolina blue one in the stores I didn't buy. So I can see why they went with a different blue to distinguish it from the Fans Toys one. But I prefer this Grimlock myself, Brian, compared to the Vulcan version.
I
Well,
do too.
keep in mind, turquoise, like genuine turquoise, is a color that does not exist in digital color space. So until you see the Planet X one in person,
Fair.
don't entirely assume that it's the color that the photos are making it out to be,
I don't
because
assume
it
that
might
anyway
be
in general.
impossible for it to be the actual color.
Right. Okay, so the next is MMC reformatted R41 Ultio, which is Senator Ratbat. Looks nice. I don't need it, but it looks nice.
It was on my list, but it's been knocked down a peg by what you're going to mention next.
Okay, so the next item, then Don, I guess you're going to be getting this. A TFCon exclusive MMC reformatted R37 Bedrock, which is the what's his name? Bulkhead.
Yeah, because that's from the Strika and
Roadbuster.
Roadbuster mold that they had a few years ago. That I didn't pick up either one of those because I didn't care about Strika, and I already had a Roadbuster with Revolver from a few years ago. But I really like that. I've always wanted to have at least one of that mold, and it's a nice looking Bulkhead.
This is that weird thing that third party is sort of trapped in. If it's not slavishly G1, it's wrong. But then we pick on them for not being, creative. So this is like definitely a different interpretation of Bulkhead. And I don't know that it necessarily speaks to me. It looks really nice, but I don't think it's necessarily something that I need. But I still want it more than the other two.
He's pretty bulky.
Well, I mean, I was
And he
going
has
to
a head.
I was going to get because I have the Generations Rat back like we talked about in pre-show, Brian, and I love that figure.
Yeah, me
so,
too.
but the drift of him I like, but it's just something about that. It's like I know it's drift. It's like Shattered Glass drift instead of being red, he's purple. But I think the Bulkhead is just a nicer looking figure, and it's a mold I don't have. Versus the drift one, which is from the comics I didn't read, so there's no real connection for me either.
And finally, the TFCon exclusive figure that I am most interested in, of course, is this is like the third or fourth time I've bought this mold. Ocular Max PS01R Sphinx Regenesis. It's the Ocular Max Mirage mold, and it's in G2 colors. So the color scheme that
Unproduced.
Glorious.
yeah, it's amazing.
Absolutely glorious.
Yeah, I'll be buying this.
I will get this.
It's got like a dinosaur on the side of the car.
So like the markings on it are based on the concept art for this Mirage redeco from G2, and they're accurate to what was in that art. So
It's amazing.
That's something that they were going to put on the hypothetical G2 Mirage that never got produced. Also, I just want to point out this is 100% Watermelon Mirage.
Yes.
Yes,
Watermelon bubblegum Mirage.
it's amazing.
He is watermelon and he has arms, so there's that.
Yeah, I love it. And is that it? Yeah, that's it. So, hey, real quick, tfradio.net/Amazon. It's how we pay for this. It really is how we pay for this, and also out of pocket. But tfradio.net/Amazon. It helps us out. You can buy anything. You can get gone. This is not the time for a Massey attack. I'm trying to pay the bills.
No, he just wants attention because I haven't been petting him constantly.
Don, you know how you should appease? You should supplicate yourself to Massey by going to tfradio.net/Massey attack and then buying him Ghost on Blu-ray. That'll help us out.
Does Don have a Blu-ray player?
He's got a PS4.
I do, but it's not. No, I sold the PS4.
Oh, it didn't connect to your 13-inch RCA TV.
It was burning through all the data.
No, after 2 years, I figured
You never opened
the
it.
money. Yeah, it was still. So I used it basically to pay for Vehicle of Ultron.
I'd rather have a PS4. I don't even have a PS3. But tfradio.net/Amazon. You can buy whatever. It'll help us out. Seriously, you don't even have to buy anything right now. Just go to tfradio.net/Amazon and just put that in your history. Seriously.
Or make a bookmark? Might be what you're trying to say.
No, I'm just saying if you go to the link and then buy something within 24 hours.
Oh, yeah, within 24 hours.
Yeah, people buy from Amazon all the time. So you don't even have to be buying anything. Just put it in there. Yes, that's maybe cheating. But if you buy something, you did it because we reminded you to do it. tfradio.net/Amazon. Please. Okay. Nothing on T-Formers. I think I pulled all of the news to talk about this week. So, we will be at TFCon this weekend. Hopefully you'll hear this before we're there. So we'll be sending out photos and stuff. And we will, hold on for a second. Edit point. Sorry. New Skype. New install Windows, so don't type any. For whatever reason, Diecast chat popped through.
That's weird.
Yes, Diecast. That's probably how it was purchased.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
You didn't know. It didn't do anything before, but it came through.
Yeah, I mean, we've been doing chat messages on and off for the whole time.
It must be when Diecast does it.
Weird.
Maybe it's just because what Diecast typed in there. It's like, will you moderate this comment? I should put this in the show.
You sabotaged yourself, Kilby, because you said you wanted to get the show out tonight.
That's true.
Okay.
That's okay. It's a minor edit. We can work past that.
Yeah, but tfradio.net/Amazon will help us out. Okay. You can follow us on Twitter. We'll be posting stuff. I don't know what, but we'll be posting stuff.
There's third-party panel and showroom and whatever Don ends up eating.
I'm not even going to third-party panel.
Well, Diecast will, and he can tweet from TF Radio.
We all skipped it in Toronto.
Yeah, I'm not interested. I'm looking forward to the convention. I'm just skipping it though. The last 4 that I've been to, it's been really disappointing. So,
I mean, that could be commentary on the third-party scene in general at this point, but that's another show.
Yeah. So, but we'll be. I'm going to. What I'm most interested in, of course, from when they have the toy displays for the third-party stuff, I'll be showing that off. But I'm mostly interested in getting photos from the dealer room, because I find that to be the most interesting. So
what you could do is just follow Don around to be his documentarian for the weekend.
Cool. Yes, that'd be great too. Yeah.
I'm gonna do an interview with Don's girlfriend.
The Don
we're gonna have to do a.
Yes. So
no.
Yeah.
You should have her on a Happy Day podcast, Brian.
Hey, I do want to get Don back on. I really do. So, tfradio.net will have stuff there on Facebook. Facebook.com/tfradio. And Diecast is typing. Please don't.
Don is typing.
Don's typing.
Please don't, Don. Please don't, Don.
Oh.
Please hold off, Don. Don't type
stuff
anything.
Stuff is showing up on the screen, Don. So
no, it's not. It's just I'm gonna have to edit out sound.
It might.
Yeah. So hold off, Don. Stop. It says Don's typing. Okay.
I'm backspacing.
I'm scared.
Well, see, Skype doesn't have a separate status condition for that, so it just says typing even if you're backspacing. It should
yeah,
have
it just sees keys.
Yeah, I see.
yeah,
press.
it should be more conditionally aware, so it can say
I'm
Don is
leaving this in the
backspacing.
show. I'm not editing this out. Okay. So I want to get this posted like in the next hour. So
I'm glad you're not editing this out of the show because this is the kind of chaos I live for.
yes, and you can follow me on Twitter at bkilby and on Instagram at Brian Kilby. Chris, how do people get a hold of you?
I'm personally on Twitter at ChrisRTXV. I'm selling as much stuff as I can find to sell that's worth selling because I have to raise money as fast as I can to replace my camera, which is why Play With Photography has been on a bit of a hiatus because I don't have a camera I can use for gallery quality work right now.
Because it eats his memory cards.
Yeah. Couldn't you do like half-hearted measure with the camera you have? I've seen photos of that. It's good.
But again, it's half-hearted. And if I'm going to put in that kind of effort, I want the best quality I want the best quality money can buy. Just, I have to raise that money first.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, follow me and check out my sales list. I'm pushing that like every day. I've also got Patreon for Play With Photography. You can pitch in on that. Any of the money that comes in through that will also go toward the camera.
And you have a new camera cult tier, right?
Camera crew. Camera cult's good too, though. I actually kind of like that. If you would have
be the
known to
next tier
suggest that a couple days ago, I might have actually called
yeah,
it that.
camera cult. Just make it the $30 tier.
Ah. But yeah, if you want to pitch in on that, and I would appreciate it. Like even just a small handful of people, even for a month, would make great strides toward getting the camera point. Patreon.com/playwithphotos, I hope.
You can find it from your Twitter.
I can never remember off the top of my head. And
Just go to your Twitter.
Yeah, Play With Photos. Good, I remember that correctly. And of course, you can always follow Play With Photography on Twitter at twitter.com/playwithphotos or Play With Photography on Instagram, I think. It's all like if you go to playwithphotography.com, there's like a whole thing in the sidebar with the social media links. So if I get the links wrong when I'm trying to remember them off the top of my head here, you can always find the correct links there, and to the Patreon page too.
Cool.
I try to get that covered as best I can.
Rob, you changed your Twitter recently.
I did. I just kind of wanted a fresh start. The old one was 10 years old, a lot of just junk on there that I wanted to get rid of. So the
I should do that.
new official Flail Throughs Twitter is at Rob Flails.
I love that.
Yeah, so that's where I am now. I'm also still on Twitter at Figure Reviewers. If you want to mostly see me retweet like the occasional toy news and sales threads from my friends and like that. And Flail Throughs, of course, is the name of my YouTube channel, which currently covers Gundam Battle Operation 2 for the PS4. It is out in North America. And big shout out to my brother Jay and my friend Maelstrom, who have both been keeping the thing going while I am recuperating, sending me videos and doing things. My brother kept the channel up while I was in the hospital, and I am just so damn grateful. And I've had a lot of help, and I thank everybody very much. I am getting new material together, but there will still be updates in the meantime while I work on that. So, and I also have a Patreon, which is at patreon.com/flailthroughs, and I have the Amazon wishlist, which also benefits Brian at tfradio.net/playlist.
Sure does. That'd be great. Diecast.
I don't have a Patreon, but I do have a Amazon wish list at tfradio.net/diecast list.
Yeah.
And then you can follow me on, I was going to say you can follow me on TF Radio. You can follow me on Twitter at diecast too. And then you can also like my YouTube page or Facebook page at Reviews by Diecast. Oh, I'm tired.
Cool.
and that's it. That's it.
Don.
I can be reached on Twitter at HMRC4EPR. I also have the Massey attack list.
Yeah.
That I am currently trying to take
It's
some
a
things
fight.
out.
It's a battle for control.
Yeah.
So also John's not here. He's at that John D everywhere. Rob Springer not here. He's at Robo Rob Springer and at zonebase.org. And by the time you hear this, we'll be in Reston, Virginia at TFCon. Some of us will anyway. And
I hope you have a good time.
yeah, thank you. We'll see you next week. Bye. Are there any links on RSC website to check these out? I should link them.
Yeah.
I should. Okay.
What, like just a list on the site of our wish lists or whatever?
Yeah.
Or... It's a good idea.
Yeah.
You could start a new RFC web ring.
Yeah. Diecast wish list is full of JT Hog merchandise. That is true.
We said Don's girlfriend was JT Hog in a wig.
That's not funny.
No, it's really not.
Not funny.
No.
Don is much bigger than you. Remember that. You are trained though. You're a trained professional wrestler, and also isn't BJJ?
Who?
I thought it was Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. No, you're a trained wrestler, and I thought in like one martial art. Isn't there a martial art? Oh.
No, I don't have any martial arts.
Yeah, and also
I wish I
remember,
did.
I have 30 years of retail resentment building up inside of me.
Yeah, Don is full of a lot of anger that he, usually holds in check, but at some point,
And maybe it's because I do retail only part-time once a week, but I feel like retail makes me a stronger people person.
Yeah, that's because you only work retail 1 day a week, Diecast. I can legitimately affirm that is the case. If you had to work 5 or 6 days a week retail, you would not be a stronger people person.
And it's funny because we were talking about the PDQs and stuff, and we get those at Staples all the time, but we also have end caps, and they're assigned, and they have to be set at a certain time, and there is hell to pay if they are not in the correct place and location and at the correct time.
Yeah, there's a lot of money tied up in those things.
Yeah, I think Target is. I think when I had a friend that worked at Target, and he said it was the same thing. When that stuff came in, it was specifically designed for that spot for a certain period of time. And if the rep walked in and it wasn't there in that time period, it was a not good thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even worried about the rep. In our store, it would be like if a district manager came in and walked the store and saw that the correct end caps weren't up. That's
the difference between a well managed store or market or district and most others.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, Brian. Just random thought. Have you got Masterpiece clamped down?
I don't know.
That probably does.
$48 on.
Yeah, I just saw it.
Let me check my email.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him. I like him.
I like that the email is Brian's way of tracking what he has and hasn't bought.
Yeah.
Where most people, when they get to that point, like actually make some kind of spreadsheet or something to track it.
This mold does show its age, though. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. It was the first Autobot car masterpiece mold.
My head just bobs. Just bobs.
They've got the
PG-13 diecast.
They've got the Masterpiece tracks on sale, which I've got, but I would like to give one to Michael McConaughey to show. But I don't remember if I already gave him one. I know I gave him the Legends Cosmos, the extra Paladin got from me. I gave that to him that year. But I can't remember if I gave him Reveal the Shield tracks or if I gave him an extra Masterpiece tracks.
Does it matter, Don?
Well, I don't want to give him another one of the same one he's got.
He doesn't
There's
remember.
probably Reveal the Shield.
Well, I'm sure Don's given him a Reveal the Shield tracks.
Yeah, because Cosmos and Trax are two of my favorite characters from G1, and I always try to make sure that I give him a current figure. I just can't remember if I did the Masterpiece version or not.
I think I canceled my Clamp Down pre-order that I had.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait. I haven't gotten that yet.
Should you have?
I'm supposed to have my my red masterpiece Bumblebee.
Well, I mean, you might want to wait. You know, Big Bad might honor that price at TFCon. If they're just trying to move stock, they might offer it. They might be willing to.
Big Bad won't be at TFCon.
Yeah,
I thought they were.
They
I'm sorry.
don't
No.
go.
they don't go.
They
to
haven't. They
TFCon.
haven't gone in years.
Oh, okay. Well, I've not been since Charlotte. So I thought were they at Charlotte?
That's probably the last one they were at.
I'll be here Friday,
okay.
and I won't be. Okay,
Oops.
that's fine. I'll have it for next week. Clamp down.
Big Bad had Corden on the site for like 115, 118 something.
118.
Yeah.
I saw it and I was like, yeah, it's still too much.
Yeah.
No, it's really not. It's.
I mean,
it's
as
gorgeous.
nice as it looks, I just can't imagine spending that much on a masterpiece Autobot car.
Yeah.
I really wish Delta Magnus, because I'm not much on the Diaclone colors as far as them being.
So you don't actually want a Delta Magnus?
Well,
Then.
no, I
No.
mean it's
Now
not
get off
because
this call right now, Don.
no. It's like it's not because it's Diaclone colors. It's because he's like movie colors in that early test footage, and
So
I kind
Diaclone
of
colors.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, well, I want him not because it's a Diaclone reference. I want him because it's a movie reference. But I wish he would drop a bit lower than what he's currently going for.
I need to get Red Alert, I think. No, I do have Red Alert. I need to get Tiger Track for sure. I need to get Corden. And I can't think of any other cars
Do you
that I
have
need.
Loud Pedal and Road Rage?
I've got Road Rage and Loud Pedal.
Brian, did you want the blue big convoy, the Legends blue big convoy exclusive? Did you want
I
that at
already
one
have
point?
it. I have
Okay.
it. Yeah, I've got that. I think
Rather than Legends, you probably mean Encore, Don.
it's Encore.
No, Transformers Legends.
Are we
But
talking? Are we talking about the Blue Big Convoy, or are we talking about Magna Convoy?
Yeah, the
Don got me Magna
Transformers-
Convoy.
Yeah, Transformers Legends LGEX blue big convoy.
Oh, I didn't
What
realize
the
that was an
fuck?
LGEX.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you're right because it's exclusive. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Don, you're right.
Oh,
I've got it.
okay.
I've got it. Okay, I'm ordering now.
Are you
Thank
going to get the Encore big convoy with the Matrix Buster?
I'm getting that too.
Have they announced the price on that yet?
It's for pre-order on Big Bad. I thought, or no, I ordered it. I think.
You probably ordered it.
Yeah. Of course, then
No,
I
I
find
think,
out.
I think it had gone up on Takara Tell Me Mall. The order period might be over now, though.
Of course. Okay, just thank you for the clamp down thing. I just ordered it. So
No problem.
I say if you're going for Diaclone masterpieces, there aren't that many.
Yeah.
I'm going for all masterpieces except for the variations on the Seeker, the first Megatron mold, and I don't need all the variations on MPE-01, but I'd like to have everything else.
See, all of my Diaclone masterpieces are right there.
Yeah, I don't have the Marvel Comics Grimlock.
Yeah, I saw that a while back on eBay for like $199 shipped, but it
That's
was
not
like I just don't care for the Marvel color comics. I mean, the Marvel Comics color.
I'm going to get going. I'll see you guys.
Yeah, I need
Bye,
to do that
Diecast.
too.
Take
People-
care tomorrow.
Hey,
Yeah,
Diecast.
people
See you
watch
Friday.
live.
See you tomorrow.
People watching live are going to end the stream because we can. And I literally need, it's going to take me an hour and a half to get this done. So I'll see you next week.